Welcome to the Sunday night All Signs reading live. Um, I apologize I'm late. I had to go and get milk for my kiddos, which, of course, they tell you at the very last minute, like, we're out of milk. And milk is so crucial to the existence of them in that moment. So you have to stop everything you're doing and go get milk, which is what I did. And so it put me about 15 minutes behind schedule. So I apologize, but thank you guys all for, being understanding and, because it's tarot and she can't have her stuff go off flawlessly, right? So, did you guys notice anything different about the channel today? Well, besides my nails, if you were paying attention earlier, they were that, like, my nails were unhappy the last couple of weeks, and that is because of the fact that when I actually went and had them done for once, and the fact that I had them done meant I was at the mercy of a nail artist, and that nail artist was not as savvy as I would have liked them to be, and they decided that, like, the glitter they picked for my nail, they were like damn near out of it, so they were like really stressing to create that wannabe glitter ombre you saw me try to sport for the last couple of weeks. And yeah, I tried to make it look like I was rocking it, but it was a little on the it was a little unhappy looking. It almost looked like I had dirt on my nail. Instead, it was supposed to be like black and gold and silver glitter, and it was supposed to like ombre from the bottom up. And yeah, we'll just call that the nail art that that shall not be spoken of. But I went ahead and fixed it all up today, and got them all pretty. I've got a wedding to go to this Saturday, and it's 1920s Great Gatsby themed. So I have to wear this like 1920s style dress, and I was like, I don't really want just plain red nails or something like that, because I used to be very, very like basic when I was younger. When it came to my nails, I was like, oh, just a French tip, because I thought everything looked ugly with my skin tone, so I wouldn't really like paint my nails anything other than like French manicure or like black. So now I try to be a little bit more adventurous, and Fluff approved of these ones today, so I guess they don't look too bad. And my dress is like solid black, but it's a flapper style dress. Um, it's like kind of body tight a little bit, and it has like sequins on it, and the bottom has the like fringe. And hopefully it looks cute. I don't know. I tried. It's supposed to be like flattering on like, bigger bodies, I guess. And so I was like, all right, well, we'll see what happens. And I'm going to have to apologize if you hear a growling beast in the background. That is my big, huge bear cat Houdini, who is graciously letting me know that he is hungry. And our cats, like our personal ones and the ones we foster, are on a feeding schedule that is so precise that they do not let us sleep in. They do not let us get like even minutes late on their food. They start having a huge fit. And hey, how you doing, Max? I'm doing pretty good. Um, so yeah, if you hear him, he's going to release some moans and wails until the dad man gets home, so he can get everybody fed for me while I do this. What's coming up? What is coming up? What is coming up is another live on location. We are going to be in downtown San Diego. Well, not downtown, Old Town San Diego. It's right next to downtown. For just some, laughs, giggles, and shrieks, we're going to go and do a little like we're just gonna hang out in the old El Campo Santo cemetery. And I figured, you know what, why not uh do a live on location there? I mean, it's one of the most reputable haunted cemeteries in all of San Diego, and if you look at the live stream details, it'll explain why and who's buried there and all that. And it's just like a block adjacent to the Whaley house. So it's gonna be, we'll see what happens. The whole point of the live on locations is for them to kind of be a challenge, you know, to see what happens. You know, they're supposed to be spontaneous and kind of what happens happens. The last one I did was at Universal Studios Hollywood. It was the very first one I did, and you see me get like slightly frustrated. I mean, it was kind of warm that day anyway, and I apologize for that to those who watched it. I was a little bit frustrated that day because, like, as I'm setting up and I'm all excited, I found like a little semi like quieter. There's no such thing as quiet in a theme park. It was like a little quiet corner, and then all of a sudden, like, this group of like older gentlemen sits down and they're drinking, and you can drink beer and other alcohol at Universal Studio Hollywood because, well, any of the Universal parks, because they have like bars and all that right there. You can purchase alcohol right there, just walk around. And so they're sitting there and they're like chugging these massive beer cans. These like tall beer cans. They're just like having a grand old time, but they're being loud. And I'm like, dude. So you just see me get a little bit frustrated. Not a little. It kind of got quite a bit frustrated at one point. But we it worked. I was just eventually they got up and left, and I was like, you know what? Part of the whole live on location thing is you kind of have to like grin and bear it when something spontaneous pops up. You know, sometimes it'll be fun and exciting, and sometimes it'll be like, oh, there's Taro. She's biting her, her tongue again. But anyway, all the individual sign readings, I have begun filming those. I'm doing them as live streams to get them out quicker. Normally, I would have filmed those and upload them, but this, since I'm doing the mid months, um, and you'll have to still forgive me, I do still have a slight cough. I'm doing them as mid months. So I just wanted to get them out fairly quickly, and so I'm just doing them as lives this week. I've got the first 5 signs up. I'm going to do a couple more after this. The rest will be done by tomorrow. So we'll have all 12 signs up and ready. And at the beginning of August, we'll start with the traditional reading, for the month of August for each sign. And then we'll do a mid-month bonus to kind of connect any energies that we may have missed in the original reading, or just any additional information that needed to come out that might be pertinent. What else? The new tea. Okay, so to schedule a personal reading with me, the only place you're going to be able to schedule it is listed in the description box below. All the information for that is right there. I will no longer be taking any appointments or scheduling anything over my social medias. This is for your guys' protection more than mine. Because of all the fake accounts and all this, and people, shanghaiing money out of people, swindling money out of people, saying like, I need to do a reading for you, and people are like, oh my god, Tarot and T is reaching out to me to do a reading, and I'm like, that ain't my profile, and hopefully you didn't send them any money. And unfortunately for a couple people they did, before I could get the profile taken down, before I was made aware of it. And yeah, and I don't want that happening to you guys. I'm really against you guys losing your hard-earned coins to, shady people that have no intentions of giving you a reading, or it's just not me doing it, so you're not going to get that tarot and tea flair. But yeah, so everything will be going through that email address below, which is connected directly to my scheduling software. So I will have everybody's scheduled readings right in front of me every single day. It's a little bit harder for me to do stuff, via social media, and I know a lot of people kind of reach out because it was convenient, and I was, taking a few appointments for readings and stuff like that. But what ends up happening, you guys, is it doesn't connect directly to my scheduling software, and I have to kind of punch it in. And if I mess up for any reason, or I'm very, very busy and I forget, then you could, it gets chaotic, okay? Like I work really long days, and plus I'm a mom, and, I've got my obligations at home as well. So any attempt to keep myself extra organized is, good for me and good for everybody else too. So, with that being said, this week we will be using the Tarot Original 1909. So this isn't like the original deck from 1909. Clearly, this is a reproduction that they have released. And when did this come out? It didn't come out that long ago. It's like not brand new, but It's been out for a minute, but it's a really cool deck. It's modeled after the original 1909 mass market released deck. So it's kind of cool. I've been using it for the all signs, or the individual. I keep wanting to say all signs because I'm so used to it. The individual sign readings for this week, the mid months. And so I'm going to just use it, for this week's reading because it's already out here. And I've already cleansed it and I've already charged it and all that other fun stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get started. But hey Charmaine, hi Lydia, hey Fluffy. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and hit that bell notification. And if you'd be so kind to hit that thumbs up as well and share this out if that's what you do on your social medias. No obligation to do so whatsoever, but it's really cool to kind of do that because then it gets that message out that might apply to somebody and they might be needing it this week. So yeah, alrighty. I'm trying to find an oracle deck, so like one that's nearby me, so I can use an oracle deck in this reading as well. But the ones nearest me are all still sealed, and I need to do a unboxing video for them, and I don't want to like prematurely open one. I have a couple of Doreen Virtue decks over here that I can grab that are open. Let's see. How about Angel Answers this week? It's not really. This is used to be a Doreen Virtues. It's now been issued through Hay House by just Raleigh Valentine, or Radley Valentine. He was the co-contributor to the deck originally when Doreen had done it, and then some of you know how that story went. She gave up the tarot for her new path with Christianity. So anywho's, we'll go ahead and use that as the oracle card that closes out your reading, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with Aries since we've chatted up enough. I think we've caught up with things. We've did the niceties, so let's get started with Aries this week. And I do have a second deck right here, the Radiant Rider-Waite, that I've been using in all my other readings. Hey Dakota, that I can use as a clarifying deck if need be. It's that the Radiant-Waite Tarot in a Tin edition. It's a little bit smaller, it's palm sized, and I likes it because it helps me be able to use it on top of our larger cards, and you can still see what's going on. Eventually, when I get a larger table, I used to have a really huge executive desk that I did my readings for, and it was really big. This it's more shallow. It's not as wide, or it's not as deep. It is wide, it's just not as deep, and I need it to be deeper to lay out these long cards in a nine spread formation. So I'm only doing 6 spread formations at the moment until I can kind of get that taken care of a little bit better. So Aries, and once that happens, you'll see me lay out spreads that are massive, and they're chocked full of information, which is cool. All right, Aries. Let's see what we got here. All right. Bottom of the deck for you is the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Hey, my vamp. I'm so sorry, guys. I still have that cough. You'll hear it in the individual sign readings, too. I've drank so much water trying to contain that cough today. And, yeah. It's just been, it's there. It's a lot better. I'm at the tail end of letting go of, the virus that shall not be named. And it's just a tickle that ends up making me cough. And so it kind of sucks. But Aries. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Huh. Okay. So the Knight of Swords, when he's in the reverse, this is somebody who's I want to go forward with something, but I kind of want to hold back and wait and see. This is what I used to tell people was my my stalker card, my social media stalker card, or someone just who just kind of beats around the bush and is watching you type thing. I do have mint tea. It does help. I've been my friend Carolyn Cornish, she suggested a syrup that I made, and it's helped a lot. It got out almost all the phlegm and everything. Now it's just the weird tickle. I drink a ton of tea, both hot and cold. But I noticed since I've had this virus, cold is the only thing that really suppresses it. Like when I first got sick, it felt like I was swallowing razor blades. I couldn't even swallow. It was so painful, and I can tolerate some pain. But that was the like worst strep throat feeling thing. It was a nightmare. And every time I tried to swallow something, I literally had to like brace for impact. Like you would just see my face like tense up and everything, and I would go pale because it was so painful to swallow. The only thing that could control it was I had to take quite a bit of ibuprofen for the swelling, and two, I was able to eat popsicles and ice. It was crazy. But I tried drinking like plain black coffee or just plain tea with honey, and it was like it would almost make it feel worse. It was so painful. Anyway, so stalker card, stalker type mentality. Someone's like, I'm gonna watch and see first before I make action. And you got this. You could be dealing with a Leo, Aries, and right here with this Four of Wands. So you got a lot of fire. You got, we've got air and we've got fire strongly in this reading. And what I'm seeing right here is like your biggest, like, there's a pull towards wanting something more infinite, something more concrete. Like if this was about a relationship, I would be like, you're strongly heading towards like marriage, but or you really see a prosperous relationship with this person. You're desperately wanting to, head into the next phase of everything. Like when I say everything, like, that's it, that's your end all, stick a fork in you, you guys are done, or you're done, that's what you want. You're trying to go into this phase, but with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I'm seeing that there's a karmic cycle that isn't quite closed. You're not done with an ex or something. You have this force of wanting to go forward with the current person, but you're not letting go of something. All right, you're like holding on to it hardcore, and it's impacting you being able to go forward into this future situation. For that other person that is holding on, that other Aries that is trying to hold on and stalk your ex and is like, no, love knows no bounds and I'll always be there for you and blah, 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 blah. All right, I'm going to tell you this, and it sucks to say it, but there's a good chance that you guys could be getting it back together and it might become something more serious. But just know, if you didn't learn the lessons of why you guys split up in the first place, it's not going to stick. You guys might run to the altar. You guys might say like, oh no, like we've overcome and blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to tell you right now, even if you've overcome stuff and it feels good in the moment, feelings are temporary and they're very subjective. So this, running into matrimonial stuff and everything like that, yeah, that's on the table. It's looking like it's on the table for you. But, are you making the best decision, or are you making an emotional decision? All right. And I'm going to go ahead and get some clarification on that Four of Wands just for certainty, because I want to make sure I know what the heck I'm talking about, even though I think I do. General readings are very flowy energy. This could be for somebody, and it could be for several people. So those energies can be kind of muddy, and I use these clarifiers to help me kind of, filter through that. So let's clarify this Four of Wands. Okay, see, like that shady business. Okay, you need to be honest. Truth needs to come out. People need to be honest, all right? And you got the Death card in the reverse, so that's showing me, and at the bottom of the deck you have Nine of Swords, so long, stressful, like this is almost like a wish come true for you, is like, I've just been waiting for them to return, or waiting for them to communicate with me and reestablish things. Okay, here's the thing. Secrets aren't being told completely, and they need to be, all right? You have the Death card in reverse, so things aren't quite ending, and yet they're not re-beginning. You know, you're going to have... This is just the recipe for a karmic cycle, you know, and not exactly the best one. You know, can we change the energy of a karmic cycle? You absolutely can. You can totally change the energy of it by, you know, figuring out what your faults are in it. I mean, being honest with yourself. The truth definitely sets you free in all of this. And if you're going to sit there and believe your own bullshit, then yeah, you're going to keep repeating the same patterns. You're going to have the same things happen. You're going to end up, you know, having these situations where it's like we're off again, on again. We're not totally cohesive. And that's what I'm kind of seeing for you, Aries. All right. So let's go ahead and pull your oracle card to just kind of get a final energy for you guys and see if we can kind of blend this all together. So we're going to use our Angel Answers deck to do that and see what it has to say. I'm going to get one more shuffle in for Aries. Okay, Aries. Improving health. Okay, so when it says improving health, that can also mean improving the health of a situation. But this can also mean your personal mental health, the mental health of each other. You know, this could also be a signifier towards getting some therapy in a situation that involves this, if this is romantic or anything like that, or a romantic partner or anything. And I'm definitely getting that vibe from this reading, and that's why I've kind of stuck with that, you know, that storyline that it's presented. But you need to do the work. You know, you need to probably go out and get that help. You know, that's part of doing the work. Do that soul searching, do that deep dive, and find out what your shortcomings are. Be honest and raw and real with yourself so that you can recover from those things, and you can find the help that you want and the assistance that you may need in order to stay on a path that is more that brings more fruition for you, that brings more fortitude to you and your relationships and other people, you know, friendships, work relationships, and so on. So that's, you know, I mean, it's a very good reading overall. But you definitely want to spend that time being honest. I mean, for reals, Aries, you know, be honest, you know, don't hide shit just because, okay, they might not know about it, so I don't have to totally be honest. No, no, no. You need to be honest. That's what the Ace of Swords is all about. Otherwise, you're going to be a victim to your own shit over and over and over again with that Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So, moving along to our Tauruses. Let's see what's going on this week for our Taurus gang. And how y'all doing anyway? Well, y'all got that second channel up there. See, Charmaine's on it. I haven't done anything with that channel, so don't worry about it. It's kind of on the back burner. I don't even. I think I'm even going to change the name of that channel. But it was supposed to be like, you know, for my paranormally type, you know, spooky stuff, you know, and then also the funeral director side of me and stuff like that. But I just really wasn't sure where I wanted to go with it. So it's been on the back burner for quite some time. You know, it was a Tarot Among the Tombstones, but we have Tommy Among the Tombstones, and I didn't want my name to be so similar to his, so I'm thinking of changing that so to avoid confusion. And yeah, and I want it to be like, you know, not just paranormal, but a big emphasis on who I am in the, you know, death care industry and stuff like that, and a place to talk about a lot of that stuff, and some paranormal will come into play with that, you know, but I haven't quite got into, I'm still getting this channel where I want it to be, and once that happens, I'll probably venture off a little bit more into the second channel. But you know, I mean, subscribe to it so you're aware of when I finally do start using it. All right, Taurus. So So what is with this summer and everybody just having severances of, you know, yeah, I'm gonna pull that one. That one popped. Okay, having severances of, you know, the heart. What's going on? You know, it's just all the sign. Like, I don't know. It's a weird summer. I think probably because this is one of the first real summers where everybody's getting out again after the, you know what, and we're not, you know, as secluded and stuff like that. But be careful because that little is still running rapid out there, and people are still getting pretty sick from it. But yeah, a lot of readings have been very heavy with, like, you know, doing your shadow work and, you know, that, you know, establishing yourself properly in relationships and discarding things about yourself that you shouldn't be carrying into relationship, getting rid of past back. It's crazy. So what I'm seeing right here, Taurus, is you're at a point where you're like, clearly we're seeing the Two of Cups in reverse here, okay? So you might have had a soul tie or a strong relationship, or what have you, soulmate, whatever you'd like to call it. You might have had something that's going astray, okay? Whether it did end or, you know, it's just on the rocks and you want it to end. I think you're like, I'm wanting something more out of life right now with this star card. You know, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. Um, you got pretty much, there's no earth energy here, but you got cups, swords, you got everything up here as far as elements minus, you know, pentacles. But so your options are opening, okay? You're broadening your horizon. And I think at this time, Taurus, you really just want to feel good about yourself. You want to feel good about the things that you're putting out into the world, and you want to feel good about your direction. You want to feel good about what you're expressing out there in your manifestation work and just becoming a stronger person for yourself and for the things you want and the people in your life. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here, and that's something you've really, really wanted. I don't think that you want to tie yourself down, or no, or you don't want to tie yourself down, or you don't want to any longer be as tied down. Um, Past heartaches have really hardened you. All right, past heartaches have really, you know, shown you what you do and do not want. And I think that you're using that, not, I hate to say, as an excuse for not wanting to be in the relationship or wanting to sever from it. There's some, like, you know, very strong emotional discord here, but at the same time, I'm it might be something that's no longer holding the passion that it once did, and you feel bad about it, but you shouldn't feel bad about wanting to pursue your life to its utmost fulfillment. And I think that's what you have some strong guilt here, more than it has to do with, like, pulling residual energy from a past relationship. There's some guilt here. There's some guilt about maybe exiting this relationship. So let's go ahead and clarify that Two of Cups. Just for certainty, I'm gonna need to move my cards around. I'm running out of room right here. I got my, like, tripods and everything, so I could do the overhead, so you guys can see the cards with me. It's limiting the space on the board here. So let's go ahead and clarify that Two of Cups. I think that Two of Cups, okay, Temperance, and that was in the upright. Temperance came out right away. The Hierophant? Oh, wow. Okay. So, you know what? Okay. Yeah, this is good. We chose to clarify that one. You need to take a break. This is going to be a break. This isn't like, you know, bye for good. This is, you know, this is like, let's take a break. Let's take a break and you know, remember the things that we felt good about ourselves. You know, this is probably you trying to get out of some codependent energy and things like that. What it's asking for in this, it's not that this person might not be the person you should be with in a very strong committed relationship. It's telling you with this Four of Swords in the reverse, you know, you need to take a break from stuff. You need to get your ass away from social media. You need to unplug. All right. You might need to unplug from relationships. You know, you might need to unplug from a lot of things. You know, you know, the only way to realize something is toxic or anything like that is to see it from a different perspective. So it's telling you right here, pull, pull away so you can get that second perspective, so you can get that clarity. Give yourself some patience. Don't run into anything. Don't run into any relationship. Don't run in any one direction, only in your direction. Just kind of run to yourself, all right? Just know you're going to be safe and secure, and that things are going to be all right. But you need to figure out what it is that you're trying to gain overall in general in your life and in relationships. And that's what I'm seeing from this, is wanting you to take that break. Yeah, you guys can hear him, right? Yeah, he's having a ball, daddy. He's over here like, I need to be fed. And that's what I'm seeing here with this is, and it's not that he hasn't been fed. He had lunch. He's my big fatty cat. He has to eat like 3 times a day. He's massive. I'm telling you, this cat is the size of a freaking dog. And he wants to eat literally every 2 hours. And the vet has told us he is too fat, and we are not allowed to feed him as often as we did. So he has a specific time that he eats, and he is not digging on it. So no, we do not starve our cats or our animals at all. They eat better than we do, more expensively than we do as well. So he's just over there having a grand old time complaining because he's a chubby, and he's a foodie, and he likes to eat. So that is what I'm seeing from this 2 of Cups right here, for sure. But let's go ahead and pull your Oracle card to see if we can get some advice going forward. Deanie, it's okay, buddy. He also yells like that anytime that there is anything in his enclosure that he doesn't want in there. So if there's like toys or his food bowl or anything, he'll complain until you take it out. He's a picky one. He's what we call the Liberace of our family. He's just very flamboyant and very, very Houdini. All right. Look for a sign. Take that time. Go inward. Spend some time out in nature, maybe. Just really unplug and look for the guidance that you seek, the answers that you're seeking. Look for a sign for them. That's what I'm getting from this star card. Ultimately, is that, and that's what the universe is telling you. Look for a sign. It's going to speak to you. It's going to tell you the direction. And I think you have an idea of what that direction even might be. But, you want you're being like, I need to know for certainty because this situation matters so much to me that I have to make the right decision. I can't just make a head over heart or a hasty decision or anything like that because there is so much at stake. All right, Taurus. Hopefully those messages made sense, and hopefully those messages came through. That was a weird shuffle. That just like flopped out of my hand. It was interesting. Okay. All right, cards. All right, so next up is our Geminis. And then I have 2 other cats that are playing in a box. Because that's what cats do. They play in a box and they yell at each other because one wants to take over the box. And so when the Amazon man comes, it's like, Christmas to my cats because they get a new box to play with for that week. All right, I think we're good. We're shuffling. The deck is telling me no more. So, Gemini, what have we got going on for you this week? Okay. Oh, that 4 of Wands is popping. You're stressing over something. What are you stressing over? You know what? For the Gemini that's getting married, stop stressing over the damn wedding, okay? Just no more stressing over it. All right, at the end of the day, your wedding is going to be what it is. I used to work in weddings a lot. I probably have about 1,000 weddings under my belt that I've done, coordinated everything. And I always have the same thing, stressed out brides, stressed out bride moms and everything that would be like, oh my God, blah, 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 and catering called me and they don't have the filet mignon and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so what? So get something else. And they're like, no, it must be. And I was like, are you even going to remember the food? Because let me paint the picture to you, and this applies to anything in your life, that any of those big moments that you're like, oh my God, it has to be so perfect. It's going to be what it's going to be, regardless of what you do, how much money you spend, how much sleep you lose, how much anything. No matter what you give to a situation, the universe has its plan, and that's what's going to happen that day. It might go off without a hitch, everything might be perfect, and everything might be a damn disaster. The point is, the most important part of a wedding is you and your partner's commitment to one another. That's what weddings are for. They're not the big lavish party, they're not the dresses, the photographer, the open bar. I mean, that stuff's fun, but you know, it's not all that. It is you. And the one thing that people are going to remember, the photos, if they buy them, but they're going to remember the good time they had. So spend your money on a decent DJ if that's what you're going to do, or band, whatever entertainment you plan, because that's what people remember. They're going to remember how much fun you had. They're going to remember how beautiful you looked, and they're going to remember the fact that they were there and shared that day with you. Everything else, who gives a shit? As long as you have food, as long as you have some booze, as long as you have those things, if they're not amazing and exactly the way you envisioned them, that's okay. So go ahead and stress and plan and everything up into the day of the wedding. But once the day of the wedding happens, once you open your eyes that day, you let everything go. And that's the way it is with anything you do, okay? If you're stressing about planning for anything, a move, a career move, a test even, you stress up until that day, and then you let it go. You give it back to the universe and let them take the wheel, because you've given all of you to it. You've already paid your piper. So this person, because you want to celebrate and you want to be there for the moments that matter the most. And those are extremely important. So with this being said, like, yeah, you're going to give up that fight and that battle for overall happiness in this situation, all right? Because the important thing that you need to remember in a wedding or a marriage, hey, PLE, in a wedding, in a marriage, anything, is you matter. Your love matters. The commitment is what matters, not all the superfluous bullshit, all right? So for that one person that's like, is my love strong enough? Is my marriage strong enough? You don't want to have to go through the divorce, okay? You don't want to have to go through the split up. But you need to be a little bit more fair, and you need to be a little bit more understanding over what truly, truly matters. And if it doesn't truly, there's my handsome pineapple. Hi, sweetie. You survived the night. Thank God. Oh my gosh, Adam, you have to drop your link, sweetheart, for your live stream last night. If you missed this, Adam was at the Conjuring House last night, and he treated us to a live stream, and it was awesome. And you need to go and you need to post your link. Just go grab it, go hit the share button like you normally would to share it somewhere. Grab that link up and then just, paste it in the chat. And that'll send everybody to your live stream so that everybody can check it out. It was really cool, and I definitely suggest you do it. Anywho, so Gemini, that's what I'm seeing going on here. But let's clarify some stuff. I want to clarify the Nine of Swords. I want to clarify what's, why are you stressing so much? Like, why is this, like, bugging the shiz out of you? Like, what's going on here? Let's clarify that. Finances, maybe. Afraid of... What are we afraid of here? You afraid you're not good enough? You're trying to retreat. Like, if money's an issue, you know what? Money's always going to be an issue. Even if you have a ton of it, there's still going to be issues. Don't let money rule you. Like, rule your money. Don't let money rule you. But maybe you're seeing this isn't, like, exactly the concrete opportunity that you want. Or maybe you're finding yourself that you're not good enough for this. Good enough for what you want. And you know what, Gemini? That's a bunch of bullshit. Alright, so you don't have to retreat backwards. You don't have to sit there and feel like you need to run away from everything. There's the link. You guys should all grab that up real quick. Throw that in your watch later list or whatever. And make sure you check it out. It was a really good live stream. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing from that one. And let's clarify this Seven of Wands in reverse real quick. Just to see what that message is. One more for the Seven of Wands. Okay, clarify the Seven of Wands for me, please. Okay, you're just trying to free yourself. You're trying to get out of that mental prison. But you know what? You're stuck on, like, to the female out there that's dealing with the asshole. You know, he's just so, is he really what I want? Because he can be so hard with his words. But you might even be already married. You might even be in that committed relationship and trying to validate things. All right, you look, this is another situation where you have to really justify if the juice is worth the squeeze. So that's what I'm seeing. Like, you know, you're trying to give up the fight. You know, you don't want to fight over things anymore, and you are coming out of things. But you know what? You got to be a little. There's another story to this where that, you know, you got to open your mouth and you got to say things as they are. You got to be real and raw with your emotions and stuff, and quit trying to hold things back because I'm afraid of hurting someone's feelings. All right, you got to have that move forward, strong energy. All right. So let's get your oracle card and see what blends on this. I'll get two more shuffles in of this for Gemini. Gemini. Alright. Card for Gemini. Oh, you flipped over. Okay. You got two of them. Ask others for help. Ask for help from others, and yes. So this is telling, like, if you think, like, should I go get a second opinion on this? Yes. All right. Don't be afraid to, you know, maybe you're normally more recluse. Maybe you like try to figure stuff out for yourself. I'm very much that way. But at this time, maybe it's telling you to go seek some counseling on this. Maybe you know, don't go asking your friend that's had miserable ass relationships and is just nasty about everything. Don't go asking that fool. Go ask somebody who has more of an unbiased opinion and more maybe of a professional opinion on things. Those usually are the ones that you can, you know, take to the bank a little bit better. Okay, Cancer. It feels so weird because today I just did like Aries through Leo and maybe Virgo and a couple more and then finish up tomorrow. But I'm over here like Leo and Gemini, you know, Cancer, and I'm like, I just did readings for y'all today. It's kind of, you know, Twilight Zone-ish for me, at least right now, because I'm getting used to getting back in the swing of things and really moving the channel a lot more. But it's just my time schedule is so conflicting. All right, Cancer. What's going on? All right. Hang on, something else flipped and I gotta see. Oh. Okay, we're gonna take it, but this is gonna count like this is its own little story right here because it flipped, so I gotta take it, right? Bottom of the deck energy. Maybe we're partying a little too much here, huh? Partying a little bit too much. Like you're trying, and the reason I say that is you got the Eight of Swords in the reverse, so you know, coming out of your own mental prisons and everything, and not being too grounded and balanced, you know, at this time. So you're kind of like, you know what? You're in this real strong, like, kind of fuck it mode. Like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about shit, you know, at all. And that's what I'm kind of getting from you. But this energy is coming from a place of like, you know, I'm never going to find happiness, so why should I even bother? That's what it's not a good energy to really have right now, Cancer. You need to get yourself a little bit more balanced. You need to get yourself, like, put yourself in check, dude. Like, you don't even have any forward movement because you're like, you know what, I'm not good enough for anything. And that's what I'm seeing is like, you know, you're trying to release yourself from, you know, the mental torture of a situation that you were in, but you're telling yourself like, I don't give a shit. I'm not good enough for it anyway, so why should I care? It's the wrong kind of message to put through. All right, so let's clarify this Two of Pentacles. Why is this Two of Pentacles here? Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Why is it here? Like, what's going on with our Cancer that this Two of Pentacles is here? All right. There's a lot that wants to flop out for that one. So, okay, so Did you let someone go because, you know, you wanted something better for them? I'll take that on its side. You have some mixed feelings about something that you did, something that was in a cycle type situation, something that was really important to you. Um, Not yet. We haven't gotten to Capricorn yet. We are currently on Cancer. So we got a ways for Capricorn. So what I'm seeing here is, you know, there might have been somebody that left you and you're like, they mean so much to me and I just don't know how to recover from this. All right. I get it. I get that. And I don't think I need to really clarify much more. I think that was pretty spot on right there. At least I'm getting the feeling of not clarifying too much because that might not be beneficial to the person that this applies to. All right, so let's go ahead and get an oracle card for you, Cancer, and see if we can kind of blend and mesh these energies and maybe just get you some overall advice. Let's see what the oracle has to offer you. But you know, don't party too hard. All right, don't party like heavy drinking, you know, recreational uses and stuff like that, where it's actually, you know, not helping. It's, you know, just masking a really huge problem that suppressing is going to cause a lot of damage for. Get more information. All right, there's something more than meets the eye with this situation that you're experiencing all this turmoil with and this confusion. It's telling you to get some more information. Maybe this is the time to ask some people, is this like really true? Maybe this is the time to ask that person, hey, I need to have a serious talk with you because this is what I'm thinking things are. This is what I'm experiencing. Can you be honest and real with me because I need that in order to either move on or fix things or whatever the case may be for you. All right, Cancer. Those messages sound like they've come through pretty decently. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Leo. See what's going on for our amazing lions of the zodiac. I had someone say today, I believe it was Jenna, she's magnet fishing, say that my shuffling was total ASMR. And I was like, yeah, I have a particular reader that she shuffles in such a unique way, and this sound is so, like, she makes the same sound every time she shuffles. It's like dun 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 dun, because she does an overhand shuffle, and it's just like I don't know, it's almost like beatboxing with the tarot, and it's like one of those things that makes me smile. Little things make me smile. Just roll with it. All right, Leo. Messages for Leo this week. Turmoil. Five of Wands. You know, the drama card. Arguing and fighting and, you know, drama. Something not fair. What's not fair? What's this? Judgment and justice. Okay, there might be. And the death card. Okay. What? Okay. If there is a Leo that is going through a court battle right now, it's been a long, lengthy fight, and it, you know, things haven't seemed fair. But at the end of this, you know, it's telling you to really be strong, because at the end of this, you know, bottom of the deck energy, you even got the Hanged Man, like that's a lot of major arcana energy, a lot. And it's telling you like the overall judgment, you know, is going to be an end and a new beginning, and it's telling you to just be strong through it. It may not be the outcome that you anticipate, it may not be the outcome that you even want, but it is one that is, it may not, and the reason why I'm saying it may not be fair to you, you may not find it fair, but you know, it, in the long term, I think you're going to benefit some way from this judgment carrying out the way it does, because it's like it's going to put fire under your ass. So that's what I'm seeing from that. Yes, I mentioned it earlier, Laura, how I had to get rid of the ugly glitter nails that were an accident when they happened, but I just rocked them anyway. And these ones, it's hard to tell because my light's really dim, but they are a supposed to be a black wine red ombre. And I have them that way because I have a 1920s wedding I'm going to on Saturday, and I wanted to be different because that's how I am. And hey, Cherry. So let's clarify. Let's go ahead and clarify the Justice card. Let's figure out, like, if I'm not dropping cards, maybe the ball got dropped, and that's why I dropped the cards. Something happened, and you didn't do something you were supposed to do. Maybe an attorney didn't do something they were supposed to do, or somebody didn't do something. Someone wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. Maybe they dropped the ball on something that should have happened for a more I hate saying fair because it kind of seems like this judgment might be fair, but just not in the upfront presentation. One that was more favorable is what I'm kind of seeing. So let's clarify that Justice card. What's that Justice card doing here? 8 of Pentacles, or 7 of Pentacles, sorry. This could be somebody losing a job. But you know what? That Justice card is saying, even though you're not finding a lot of this even though this judgment or the situation with the case or whatever it is, maybe didn't look good at first, it's looking to me like it's going to be bringing you closer to something that is where you're supposed to be in the world, like your purpose. And you're going to, it's going to knock you down on your butt. You're going to have to crawl out of the hole a little bit, but it's good for you. And I know that's going to sound weird, but it really is. It's like, and that not everybody, this isn't always a legal thing. This might not be a court case for everybody. This, just consider it in the situation that you might be facing right now, Leo. You know, where you're like, I'm not going to court, but maybe you've got something going on with a work relationship, or maybe a romantic relationship, a friendship or something, where it's like, something may have gone on. So, okay, you got the High Priestess and the Hierophant under the Justice card. You know what? Your higher calling, this might totally be karmic, because you got the High Priestess and the Hierophant with the Judgment card. It's like, we got your back. We know what we're doing. And look at this. You have the Seven of Swords and the Justice card right here in the upright. The overall judgment, the way that this is supposed to roll out, is actually the best thing that could happen for you, dare I say. Because at the end, it's like, the Seven of Swords, when he's in the reverse, he's a shady MFer, he's a thief. He's willing to do whatever it takes, to gain something, to get his way. And it's like, you don't need to do that. Like, we've got you. Like, you don't need shady business. This is all coming through the way it needs to come through. Hey, Wicked Bro. So yeah, your higher, your spirit guides, call it what you will, God in and of itself, they've got your back. Like, this judgment is going to put you on the path of fortitude in a way that you were going to be like mind blown by. But at this time, it's not going to seem that way. On the upfront, it's going to be like, yeah, this is pure and utter bullshit, but wait on it, walk with me here, okay? Something good is in the making. Something real good is in the making. You're going to see that switch flip, and you're going to be like, whoa. And then just remember me when you do, and come back and comment on this video and be like, hey, remember that reading? Yeah. And then tell me what happened, because, I want some tea. All right, let's get an oracle card for you. There's something better. I mean, isn't that a synopsis of everything? Like, making a premature judgment call, or making, thinking something's not fair and I really wanted this, and it's like, no, we're pulling you from that because there's something better. What a reading, Leo. Oh my gosh. That's an intense reading right there, Leo. Wow. A good one, but an intense one. Leave it to Leo to have the intense reading this week. Okay, so done with Leo. Moving along to our wonderful Virgos. Our awesome Virgos. Let's get this all. Ta-da. shuffled up, mixing those Virgo energies. See what kind of reading we got going forward for Virgo this week. Hopefully those messages are a good one. Hopefully they have got some good direction. My cards are being knuckleheads and wanting to do stuff their way. Listen to that wonderful sound. I'm going to do an ASMR of just me shuffling. Put it up on the channel. Probably not. Because my RA would kill me after too long. I guess I could do it for a few minutes and just like keep it like looping. I don't know. Sorry, I was reading Vodka's comment. I was like, wait, who are we catching up on? And it was Adam. It was my handsome pineapple. Adam has an amazing channel, you guys. Like, seriously? He really does. Alright, I think I've gotten enough Virgo energy going through here, so. Virgo, 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 Virgo. Well, looky here, Virgo. Are we dealing with a Capricorn, Virgo? You got that devil card right there. Okay. So, ultimate happiness and giving up the idea of being in control of something. And then we got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Sometimes the Ten of Pentacles could be like family life going upside down a little bit. But, you know, right now, this could be like, you know, finances are just not where they need to be. Page of Wands. Like, right now, your focus, like, I'm getting, you know, pie in the sky dreams here. Like, your dreams are like, I totally, you know, want these things, and I'm not going to let anything stand in my way. I just need to be able to fund it. Like, that's what I'm seeing from this Virgo reading right here. But we'll clarify some stuff, because that's definitely the vibe that I got, is like, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to make it happen, and then this devil card in reverse, like, nothing's standing in my way. So let's go ahead and clarify the devil card. Restrictions. 5 of Swords, 8 of Swords, so this is a lot of mental energy. So that's what I'm saying, you're like getting yourself mentally prepared for like battle here. Alright, and you got the Page of Cups in reverse, and the High Priestess flew out with the Page of Cups, so we're going to take her too. Alright, so you beat yourself up a lot, Virgo, over like your shortcomings. You're like, you get caught up in your head too damn much. You're like, I don't know, maybe I can't do this, maybe I'm not good enough for this, and you get caught up in all this BS. But you know what, how the fuck are you going to know if you're not good enough for something if you don't even try? You know, hey Dom, take it easy, bro. Much love. If you don't even try, like, you need to be smarter than this. You need to know, you need to let your instincts really guide you. You need to know, like, hey, what has the past told me about myself? Have I always been the type of person that just takes shit laying down and doesn't get shit done? Or am I the type of person that actually gets it done no matter who doubts me or what doubts me? Alright, so that's what I'm kind of seeing from this, is you need to take charge of shit. And now is the calling for that. I mean, your happiness is on the line, after all. So now it's like go time. It's like, you know what? Nope. Not today, Satan. Not today. 10 of Pentacles. Let's clarify it. Okay, you're getting... The thing is, you're so impatient, Virgo. You're so impatient. You want to do it now instead of probably when it's more beneficial to you. Because you want to have the good times rolling. Alright. I mean, I get it. Get it? You're like, I'm ready for the good times now. But you know what? That might not be the most prosperable thing in the future. Sometimes you got to slow things down just a little bit. I mean, you can take certain leaps and bounds into your future, but you know what? Maybe not everything. It's not going to happen the way you want it to right off the train. It's like, you're not going to hit the ground running on this. You're going to be like, all right, that's going to happen, but I have to slow down and, you know, build myself up. I've got to be, you know, prepare myself better for certain things that are coming forward for me. And that's kind of what I'm seeing. So, you know what? You've got the forward movement and everything, but you know what? Maybe this situation hasn't matured enough to be in, you know, the proprietorship that you want it to be. But let's get you an oracle card to see what those energies really have to say. You know, let's try to tie this all up. I think that means it don't want to be shuffled no more. Okay, so for Virgo this week, overall message for the Virgos this week. Okay. Within the next few months. So this one's giving you a time frame. So, like, remember I said maybe it's not matured yet. It is going to be happening within the next few months. That might be sooner than you anticipate, but that also might be a little bit. And I'm getting somebody who's like, you know what, I want it now, but maybe I can only have part of it now, and I have to wait for everything else. And or maybe I need to wait a little bit longer to actually make the overall concrete move of things. So that's what I'm kind of getting from that. All right, Virgo, I think that message has come through. And let's go ahead and separate these all back up into their piles. I mean, good reading, Virgo. I mean, it's directional, which is good. Sometimes we need some more direction in life, right? Especially for things that are, you know, sensitive or time frame sensitive or anything like that. Not a bad deal. So Libra, next up is Libra. Let's get that Libra energy flowing. Flowing. Fluffy's home. He's trying to sneak into the office without being loud and noisy so he can feed the cats. Alrighty. One more for our Libra gang. Alrighty. Messages for Libra this week. Oop, came out right away. That Four of Wands is just like, I'm here and I need to be speaking to people this week. Can you guys hear him? He saw Daddy, so he's gonna really be bumping. All right. The Tower card and the Temperance card being the overall energy this week. Okay. You caught me, Laura. Yes, it is. It's like I caught it at the not so dollar store because the black underneath with some of my cards is so contrasting that it's harder for people to see the imagery. And so I went and got these little, like, and I had a couple of them until my cat spilled something on one of them. Yes, it's wallpaper. It allows me to kind of change things up for scenery too. So, yes, and it helps me to like reposition it so I don't have to touch the camera as much. I can just kind of move this around. Yeah, caught me. Oh well. That'll change up when I get the bigger desk. You know, I probably won't use those as much unless I'm doing like stuff for TikTok, but anywho's, yeah, because some people see me like adjust it. And I'm like, it's so much easier to do this than it is for me to like tap the camera and like try to adjust that. Yeah, it's, you know, who wants to see that shake? Okay, Libra. So, you know, we're not fighting the past anymore, right? You're done with it. You're like, I'm ready to just rebuild. And that is what I'm seeing right here. The only problem is, Libra, is you're extremely freaking impatient. You're like, all right, I'm giving it up. I'm giving it to God. I'm giving it to the universe. You got it. You want it. You know what? I'm not dwelling on the past anymore. So let's move on. And it's like, yeah, but you had a lot of stuff happen and you have a lot of energy that comes with it and a lot of chaos. So, yes, we are going to be able to build from the foundation up. But we have to be a little real with ourselves, okay? We need to do the shadow work. We need to sit there and sit in those energies that make us really freaking uncomfortable. And who the heck wants to do that? Not I, said the cat. But you know what? That's kind of what needs to happen. I'm sorry. Um, because if we don't do it, guess what happens? This fucking tower card keeps coming back. And then you get like, your karmic cards, like the world card or the wheel of fortune in reverse. And you start sitting there going, well, why does this keep freaking happening to me? Lessons haven't been learned, or you haven't taken the actions from the lessons you've learned. All right. So let's clarify the tower card. At least it's in reverse. I mean, it seems like shit ain't coming forward. It's just, now you're going to deal. It's kind of like when the tornado hits and now you have to deal with rebuilding. All right? That's kind of what that energy is. It's like, I know I have to move on and I know I got to go through all this shit and I just want to get that started like now. Like, I don't want to wait on it. I don't want to sit in my pain. But, sometimes you have to. But you know what? There's new exciting things coming. With that tower card, you have the Ace of Wands. Okay, that one popped, but it didn't quite come out. So. All right, equal give and take. All right, you gotta be. I'm telling you, you got a lot of fire energy with this. All right, so as much as you're like fast forward movement, it's like no, you got to be a little bit more fair and balanced first. All right, and that's what I'm getting from this. It's not that new energy isn't coming. It's not that you're not desiring it, and you're not ready for it. It's like, you are, but you got to be a little bit more balanced about stuff. So that's what I'm kind of seeing from there. And you know what? There isn't so much more I think needs clarifying on this one. And I'm the reader, so I get to determine what I want clarified. So let's go ahead and draw your oracle card, Libra. See if that provides us with a little bit more direction in this energy. Because I kind of know from all that where the other cards really want the focus, so I didn't really need to clarify those. No compromise. Did you guys see that? It's like, boom, no compromise. All right, that's the message. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not even going to touch it. I'm not going to I think because it came out so fast and furious that the person this does apply to, you saw it right away and you probably got some shivers down your spine about it. All right? So I'm going to leave it at that. All right? All right, Libra, moving along to our Scorpios. And speaking of Scorpios, are you guys familiar with Shani's Unexplainable Adventures? You aren't? Well, let me tell you something you didn't know. Her channel is amazing. She is also located in my description box below under channels that I want you to go check out. And I need to add my handsome pineapple to that list too. Which reminds me, I'll do that after this reading. And in there, you will find people like Past Life Explorer. You will find people like Exploring with Fluffy. You will find people like Adventures with Nubs. But you will definitely find my awesome sister, Miss Shani, who makes acrylic skulls. And she's a Scorpio. Look at this. Look at this. She gave this to me when we were in North Carolina. She gave me like this huge box of like so many presents. But look at that. Look at that rose in there, you guys. And this was one of her, I want to say this was her first skull that she had made. This was the test dummy. And she's like, this is for you. And I'm like, ah! And look at that. Okay, so when she handed it to me, she's like, yeah, it has a little bit of imperfections. I was like, what are you talking about? That is the crown chakra, like, opening up right there. Like, come on now, this thing is beyond perfect. And look at the size of it. It's huge. So go follow her on the Twitter. She's also on Instagram. And she's, of course, on YouTube. She sells these and she customizes them. She has one that she made that has like maggots coming out and stuff. It's so cool. And you guys definitely, you need one. You need one. It's a paperweight. It's something you can beat up your annoying brother with. I'm just kidding. Um, but ultimately, it's like the best decor, and it's like this one's so pretty. Like it goes with my like skull and rose decor that I have. It's so awesome. But she is one of my favorite Scorpios in my entire life. And I have to shout her out. I have to show the stuff that she creates because it is just like so amazing. I wish I had a better light. As a matter of fact, hold the phone. I have a better light on my phone. Yeah. Look at how cool this is. Oh, you guys see the Whaley House sticker on the back? Yeah. Yep. Look at that. Look at that. You can buy those little plates that light up and stick it on there. So cool. But look at that. It's so pretty, you guys. Oh my gosh. I love mine. And you should definitely get yourself one. She makes so many other acrylic items. Like, they're just so cool. And I have to shout her out because she's my sis and that's what I do. But yeah, go get you an acrylic skull. Go get you one. Go get you one. Go get an acrylic skull. Okay. Back to the reading. Alrighty, and she's probably super duper busy tonight. So she's not in the chat. But she's probably either filming or editing. Hey Jan, how you doing, sis? So do stop by her channel, and I definitely want you to do one thing for me. Go to her channel, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification. Just save yourself from like sitting there going, oh my gosh, why didn't I do that? Okay, save yourself the time. Then go to her playlists, and I want you to watch or play one of her playlists for me, please. It'll bring good karma to you. I trust me, because she is so close to her 4,000 hours, you guys. And for somebody who's been doing YouTube as long as Shani has, and the type of filming she does, the amount of traveling she's done. Come on, she's from the UK. And she's come all the way to the United States. She's traveled. She's a world traveling urbexer and paranormal investigator enthusiast, whatever you want to call it. She produces some really amazing stuff. Please go check her out. Please, 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 please run her playlist. Share it with all your friends. Have them run her playlist, because she definitely deserves to start getting a little kickback, a little incentive for what she has put into YouTube. She deserves to get, the fruits of her labor back, right? Right. So, go do that. Go do that. And Scorpio. Messages for Scorpio. The Strength card in reverse. What? A Fool. Okay. Alright. And there's you, the Death card, Scorpio. Alright, Scorpio. What's this shit right here? What are you doing? Alright, let's find out what you're doing. Okay. You may not feel like you're in charge a whole lot. You may not feel like you're on top of your game. You may feel like 1 second. You may feel like, I take 10 steps forward and then I've got 11 back. Like, what the F? That may be how you feel right now. You may feel like, something's just not, you just may overall feel like you're not your strongest. And you know what? You're just kind of walking to and fro through stuff. You're like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy what comes my way, and I'm not going to let anything really discourage me. I'm just going to sit there. The Fool is an amazing card. He's not because he's foolish. He's because he's the master of, fuck it, let's go. And that's kind of what, how you ever had those moments where you're sitting there and you figure, I can stress my ass out. Hey, Cheryl. I could stress my ass out all day long, or I could just go out and just do what I need to do and smile and rock it, because either way, shit's going to happen. So that's what you're doing right now, okay? And these together, this is the ultimate new beginnings. There is a major new beginning happening for you. There is an ending type situation, new beginning type situation, and it has to do with you. So this might be just like interpersonal. What do we got here? We got the Three of Cups in the reverse. Maybe you're learning, maybe you're kind of getting out of that, like, you know what, I don't want to always go out and party and do all this stuff to feel good. I just want to, like, I want to feel good in life overall. I don't want to have that false, you know, illusion of a good time. Yeah? Yeah, I don't want the illusion. I don't want the bullshit. I want the real deal. I want my life so freaking amazing that I never even need to take a vacation because my life is that freaking good. That's what I'm seeing from you, Scorpio. All right, so we're going to clarify. We're going to clarify some stuff. You're tired of struggling. I get it. And that's what I just heard crack into my ear was like, I'm so sick of the fucking struggle. And I mean, who isn't? But you're really like, you're at that point. You're at the edge of the cliff and you're like, you know what? I'm going to jump because I know I can fly. And not in a foolish way. You know, that was kind of a shitty analogy considering he's on a cliff and there's the... Forgive me sometimes. Okay, let's clarify the Fool. Page of Pentacles. Okay, is, you know, money being an issue, and that's why you're like the Hermit card. You're tired of feeling reclused. You're tired of feeling like, look at those Strength cards in the reverse. What the fudge? Scorpio, you're tired of feeling locked away. You're sick of it. That's, I'm going to tell you right now, for the Scorpio that spends way too much freaking time at home, you're sick to death of it. You're like, yeah, no, I am so sick of being fucking locked away and feeling like I'm not doing anything. Like, yeah. You're like ready to go. Okay, so let's clarify the Death card. Yeah, see, there you go, Eight of Swords. You feel like you're kind of like imprisoned. Page of Wands. You're just like, I need an avenue. And you're like, everything I look at and see and watch, I feel like I'm living vicariously through people instead of living my life, like substantially living your life. You know, even if you're out doing stuff, even if you're out trying to have a good time, you're like, what am I doing this for? Am I doing this for my own self purposes? Or am I doing this for a driven purpose that benefits others? What am I doing? All right. So you need to get in control of those emotions. You need to get in control of what your driving factor, what drives you to stuff. Because the new emotional boost that you've been looking for, that new emotional, you know, that new emotional fill, you're like, I need that opportunity to come forward, and it's coming. It really is. But it's not coming in the way that you anticipate because you're kind of putting up some blockers right now. Because you're being a little bit negative. And I mean, if I felt reclused and imprisoned in myself, or maybe even physically, like if you're living in a place where you can't get out much, or maybe you have car issues, maybe you don't have a job, and you know, stuff like that, it's making you really feel like caved into yourself. You know, yeah, you're going to be a little bit freaking negative. I think it's pretty freaking understandable. But just remember, those negatives you put out brings you negative back into you because the universe mirrors what you send out. So, let's see if we can get just an additional bit of information via our oracle cards. One more shuffle for Scorpio. Don't worry, Vodka. I cannot do Discord. My kids do it for me. I'm part of James the Fam's Discord, and I am the laziest person on that server. I am like, oh, somebody said something. Okay, hi. Like, I'm so bad. And people were like messaging me and shit, and I don't even know how to respond half the time. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, where'd the message go? And my kids have to do it for me. They're savvy as hell. I'm like in kindergarten learning how to write my name still when it comes to this stuff. And then people can call you on it and everything, and I'm like, okay. I have Twitter and Facebook. That's me. Within the next few weeks. So whatever it is coming within the next few weeks. All right. So maybe there's a big change coming. Maybe that you're going to change your demeanor on stuff, but it's all happening within the next few weeks, Scorpio. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move right along to our wonderful Sagittarius gang. Babe, I figured out what that C4 Skittles tasted like. It doesn't taste like Skittles. It tastes like Nerds. Like, I was drinking that thing, and I drank it a lot earlier. I drank it at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And that's not why I have a sudden boost of energy right now. I actually don't have any energy right now. But, can you hand me one of my Death Waters that are in that bag? Shut up and quit making weird faces. It's a can of water. Check that out. We gonna get saucy. Ooh, this is a sparkling. Cool. I needed something to drink. You want some water? No, you're no fun. Okay. I'm running out of room here. Saggy. Mix them cards up, get that Sagittarius energy. So, what are y'all doing? How y'all been? It's Sunday. It's the end of the night. Everybody's ready for tomorrow, right? The big Monday, right? I'm not. I still have to pack because we're taking a small little trip soon. I got to deep clean my bathroom. I got some stuff to do. I'm not ready for Monday. I got readings to do. Tomorrow is your Friday. That's true. I gotta drive like 2 hours once you get off work so we can go to Old Town. That ought to do it for Sagittarius. It's not 2 hours, like an hour and a half, but still. Done with the struggle, but still haven't quite made up your mind. Where's all this emotional confusion coming from? Oh, okay, I see. You don't know what to do after all the chaos happened. That Tower card in the reverse. It's like it's time to rebuild, but you're like, huh? Like, you're still like shaking from the tornado. All right. So 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. Like, salvation is here, but you're like, what do I do? I don't even know how to feel right now. Like, I don't even know how to feel from all the shit that just happened. Well, that's good, Map. I'm glad everything. I've been praying for her so much. I even lit a candle for her and everything, and did a lot of prayers for you and her. And, I know I don't make it like a big deal on social media sometimes. Like, I don't always comment or message, but like, seriously, everybody's always in my thoughts. Like, I just, there's only 24 hours in my day. But, I do definitely always keep all of you guys in my heart and in my prayers. And I always say a prayer every morning to bring something good or something lighter in a dark situation, things like that. So I'm glad she's doing so much better. Oh, you got a sick friend. I wish you were in Old Town eating tortillas with us too, but you know, you're going to New York, so that's cool though. Let's figure out five of Pentacles. Okay, you're no longer stressing over something. It doesn't have that control over you. But I think like, let's see. Like you had to make a decision, and even though you didn't know which direction really this was taking you in, you're like, something's better than the shit that I was going through. Anything's better than this, and that's probably why you have that Tower card in reverse, because worst part's over now. Two of Swords. You're still feeling really beaten up by this. You're still really suffering the side effects, and that's why you're not really ready to start rebuilding and moving forward. You get a prayer, and you get a prayer, and I get a prayer. We all get prayers. Okay. So, new beginnings. The Sun card. Ultimate happiness and new beginning. It's within your reach there, Saggy. You need to overcome what you've overcome. Look, you got the 8 of... You got the 9 here, but you're still trapped in some energy that hasn't been completely worked through. And that's why you got that King of Cups there. Makes total sense. Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. Looking for that new opportunity, for that bright new beginning. Alrighty. Because, you know what? Nothing's going to tell you it's time to start. Alright? I know that's what you're waiting for, but nothing's going to tell you it's time to start. You just have to sit there and say, it's time to start healing. It's time to start moving on. It's time to start laying bricks back down where things fell apart. You know, it's time to build on top of that foundation that I was left with, because ultimately you were left with you, and you just got to rebuild up you. So let's get an oracle card for some energy, direction, a message, something for Saggy in this situation. You got 2. Look at that. Recovery. What did I just say? An opportunity. Look at that. Recovery, and then this opportunity from the Sun card. In recovery, that opportunity is going to come forward. So, you know, that's when that shows up, okay? Only after you have taken that time to recover and give yourself that space and time to really heal and process, all right? Because I think you're still, you know, gut checked a little bit by this. So, yay. All right. I mean, it sucks what you had to go through, but what's cool is you have a positive message going forward, Saggy, and that, to me at least, is what truly matters in this. All right. Capricorn is next. Yes, I cut my deck whenever I feel like it. Not just at the beginning, or not just at the end of a shuffle. I do it at the beginning. I'll do it midway through. I let the deck speak to me, tell me what it wants me to do with it. I'm the conduit. It just, you know, the energies are what they are. They kind of say, stop here, do this, you know, and so I do it. You know what? Hit that like button if you need a prayer, or you've sent a prayer out to somebody today. There you go. Send out them good vibes. Those positive manifestation. That positive hand out, hand up that everybody needs sometimes. Alright, Capricorn, what we got going on for you? Where's Marianne? She's usually... Is she in here? No, she's not tonight. There's a few people that are live, so I understand. Alright, so you're done with the struggle, huh? Feeling beaten down and torn down. You got that Emperor energy right there. Emperor's on board. And then there's you. Wow. It's like Scorpio and Capricorn right now. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy. Judgment in reverse. Okay. So you're dealing with yourself and then being in control. You're like, I'm so sick and tired of having to do everything, but I can't release my control. I can't release that. I can't just let something else take over and do what I need done because I'm the one that knows how to do it. Wow, doesn't that just sound like a friggin' Capricorn if there ever was one? But you know what? Maybe that's not the best judgment call for you right now. All right? Maybe that's not what you need to be doing. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify this Nine of Wands for Capricorn. I was once married to a Leo, and let me tell you something about Leos and Capricorn. I'm just kidding. No, it wasn't like the worst relationship. I just so happened to be with a Leo that had a drinking problem. But other Leos I've met are pretty cool. So, yes, I will admit I dated a man was married to a man who was an alcoholic. And that made me feel all different kind of which ways. So if you're ever dealing with somebody who is in an addiction, they can make you feel like you're the problem, and they can suck you into their addiction issues. And it's like, no, you take your step back, go to an Al-Anon group or something. Get you good with yourself and know that their side of the street is their own making. I had to learn that the hard way. Nobody taught that to me. All right. So you got that Queen of Wands energy right here. You're ready to get back. You're getting ready to get back into your groove. Is what I'm seeing. You know, feeling good about yourself. You know, you're done struggling. You're like, I'm gonna go get my hair did. I just did all that. The Queen of Wands, we all know she likes to look good. She likes to look the part. You know, she likes to have this control, but she likes to look the part. And so you're done like hiding in the shadows. You're like, I don't want to sit there and be reclused within myself anymore, within my confinements. I'm ready to go. But you know what? It's a lot to bear. You know, to do all this and still control everything you got going on in your life, Capricorn. So let's clarify that Emperor card. You got a new job opportunity coming up that's really going to help you out. It may not be coming in the way you want it. You may have to work a little bit harder. But you know what? You need to stand up and speak for yourself, Capricorn, and if it's not a job opportunity, there is a new opportunity coming. You need to speak up. You need to say, I know my worth. I know what I want, and speak it into existence. But don't get so egotistical about it. All right. Don't be like, you know what, I know my worth and you're gonna. And, that's really not the way the world works, and that's really not a proper way to present yourself. So, you know, go into it humbly. Take into these accounting situations with some humility, okay? Be a little bit humble about things. It's been a minute since a good opportunity's come your way. Don't act like the chief in charge, okay? Like, you gotta work your way up just a little tiny bit. Alright, so Capricorn, let's get you an oracle card before I start putting stuff away. Laura's over here. Alright, I've been waiting all day for this damn Capricorn reading. Better give me a good one. And she's like, check, did it. Yeah, if you never have this chart, let's start. There you go. Alright, let's get okay. Don't stop. Whatever it is that, see the thing, this can almost be like a contradictory type card. It's telling you not to stop. Maybe the opportunity that presents itself isn't the one that you really want, but it's not. Don't settle there. Don't build a home in a place that you're not really ready to live. All right, that's what I'm kind of getting. You know, don't put yourself in a position. Well, you're welcome, Billy. Don't put yourself in a position where you're like comfortable, complacent. You see what I'm getting at? You know, the whole perk of being a Capricorn is we're go-getters. So don't sit there and be like, all right, I finally got my $50,000 a year job and just get comfortable. You're going to want to sit there and be like, I got this $50,000 year job. I'm about to go get me a $75,000 a year job in like 3 months. Like, that's the mentality that they have. They're like, I'm good. I'm good enough. That's what keeps a Capricorn really going, is striving, achieving, meeting those goals and making new ones. Don't stop. Okay? And that's what I'm seeing for you, Capricorn. Don't stop taking care of yourself and making yourself feel good. Don't stop sitting there and doing the things that are actually making you feel and come alive. But do probably stop some of the stuff that's making you feel like shit, you know? I don't have to tell a Capricorn, oh, let the universe have it. Capricorns are like, there, universe, take the shit. I don't want it anyway. So a Capricorn ain't gonna let nothing dim its shine except for itself and its perception of itself. Hey, Billy, how you doing? Look at that. It said no. Fine. We'll cut the deck again and try again. Aquarius. Aquarius. Messages for Aquarius. But let's get some truffle shuffles. Get that Aquarian vibrations going. Whoops. My headphone is falling out of my ear. I gotta switch ears on that. Alright, one more. Every so often I stop to peek over at my iPad to see what you guys are all talking about. My Leo was the one that cheated on me. That was the only one that cheated on me too. Everybody else, well, I mean, that I know of, but you know, I think it's the only one that she's one I admitted to that I caught him. Okay, Aquarius, let's go. Open it up with a lot of wand energy. That's a fire energy. And there's more fire energy. Okay, trying to balance. Overall energy balance. Alrighty. So, what is with this Four of Wands coming up like crazy all day today? Okay. Two of Wands. Okay. You're trying to figure out how your life is going to become what you want it to be. Okay? You're trying to figure out, all right, so if I've got this situation and this circumstance, how am I going to blend this together with what I've got going on to create the wholly perfect union for me? Okay? And that's what I'm kind of seeing here with this. And it's, you know, it may not be your strong point, Aquarius. You may feel kind of like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I don't know if I can do this. And that's what I'm kind of getting. And you're trying to figure out a balance for it. But let's clarify that Four of Wands right at the dead center. Let's see what that's all about. Because that's kind of an interesting read right there in and of itself. Without clarifiers, it would probably be a really vague, awkward message. Plop. Taking a break. So maybe there's somebody you were taking a break from and you're trying to figure out how to create a life that, you know, brings them back to you. And you're you're caught up in this recollective energy, this reminiscent energy. Keep thinking back on, you know, the good times. One more. Yep. Your big happiness. That's what that's all about. All right. Yeah. So this is definitely probably the Aquarius that's in a relationship. You know what? Yeah. You're willing to do the work that was set out for you. That was laid out for you by your partner or by yourself. You're like, okay, I can no longer stress about the things that I can no longer control about my future. You know, I'm not in the future yet. I'm in the now, and that's kind of the mentality I'm seeing. Okay, and you're still crying over spilled milk. You're still not healed completely from the situation that took you out of this harmony, that made you guys take that break, or that, you know, considerable detachment from each other at this time. So yeah, you're like, you know, is this going to continue onward? You got that Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So you're not trying to move on from each other, but at the same time, you're like, what do I do? All right. Let's see if the Oracle can provide us with some guidance, advice moving forward in this. Because it recognized the energies, but it really didn't give too much like advice moving forward, other than you need to balance out your shit. You know, it could be the way you spend money, or the way you take care of things, or your attention to details and stuff. You know, you need to create balance for this person, because I don't think that finances were very balanced. Compromise. You need to compromise things, and that's, you know, maybe you feel like this person, you know, maybe you were like, you know, can I continue on with them? And, you know, maybe they did something, you know, something might have occurred, but ultimately this person is really what your happiness is all about. You got that 10 of Cups right there with the 6 of Cups. I mean, you guys probably even have kids and everything, and you're trying to think about that. Find a compromise. All right, something that can, not so much something you both can deal with, but just something that you guys can work from and, you know, with. Okay. Alrighty. And our last sign of the evening, our good old Pisces. Let's get you up and rolling. That one needed to land there, apparently. Night, Lydia. Thanks for coming. Night, Adam, my pineapple. I'll talk to you later. Get some Piscean energy in here real quick. One more shuffle for the Pisces gang. Alright. Messages for... Oh, that one came out. Messages for Pisces, Justice in reverse. The Emperor in reverse. Ooh, someone was doing some shady shit. Balance. Okay. Now, if this was upside down, I'd be like, oh, hell. But the fact that it's upright. Equal give and take. Page of Swords. Okay. So you are going to be able to come out of a shitty-ass situation where something just wasn't balanced for you at all. And, you know, there was somebody who was just like, they used to have an authority over you. They used to have something over you, and you know what? Something didn't go their way. May not have gone your way either, but it didn't go their way. And things are coming out a little bit better for you as a result. And that's what I'm getting. But let's clarify this Justice card. 10 of Pentacles. Landed on its side. Let's keep it on its side, because that means it could go either way. Okay, so it's time to make some movement. Some movement occurred. This might have had to do with work. that Ten of Pentacles, but it also could have had to do with a relationship as well. You know, happy home, happy house, happy spouse. Okay, so right now is the time for you to kind of, you're not going to sit there and pay attention to the shit, okay? Don't stay watching the shit, do all that. Just get away from it. Get away from it. Get out of that nasty situation. Let's clarify this Emperor card just for the sake and safety. Wow, this could be an ex. You could be leaving a marriage, right? Okay, you could be totally leaving a marriage because it is no longer good for you. It is not your happiness. This sounds like an abusive asshole that's like promising you like, I'm never going to do it again type shit. You need to find something that's good and balanced for you. Yep, you got to be honest with yourself. You know, some people like that just really don't change, Pisces. And I'm going to go ahead and leave that just as it is because that's a very strong, profound message for the Pisces that it needs to reach. But I'm going to go ahead and pull your oracle card to see if we can get some more direction, just some more answers, maybe an energy to tie this all together for you, Pisces. Let's get one more shuffle in. Let's see. Abundance. See, you know what? Dropping the zero gets you a hero, but you're the hero in your game. So, for some reason, I'm drawn to pull one more in the near future. Okay, so you know what? I think you're going to come into some money. And once you come into that money, Pisces, and that's what I'm getting, something, a good situation, a good opportunity, but I'm getting money might be coming into the future to help you get out of this really shitty situation. Alrighty, so those are the messages that I have for my 12 signs of the zodiac. I think all the messages are very pronounced and came through pretty darn well. Alrighty, so once again, if you're looking to schedule a personal reading with yours truly, all that information is in the description box below. We have the individual sign readings coming up. I have currently up Aries through Leo. We're still going to be needing to film Virgo through Pisces, and those will come up within the next 24 hours. And the live on location at El Campo Santo Cemetery in Old Town San Diego is coming up on Tuesday later in the evening, and I look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you all so much for coming out. Hey Gypsy, thank you guys so much for coming out and for sitting with me through this reading tonight. I appreciate you guys so much. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Slap that bell notification so you do not miss any future readings, and hit that like button. Please comment after the video because it helps with the algorithms, and it also lets me know what you guys like, what you see. And if you have any suggestions or anything like that, I do take note of every suggestion I get, and you might see it applied towards a future reading. All right. Once again, thank you to all my amazing moderators for holding down the chat, keeping it positive and popping and moving forward at all times. I thank you guys so much. You guys are the true stars of the show. And I will see you all sometime between now and forever. Take care, stay awesome, and stay blessed.